It's time we talk about some of my favorite real estate listings that have been in the headlines the past couple of weeks. I think I have pretty good taste. I hope you guys agree. In this episode, we got a mansion in Brentwood that just sold for $24 million. An artist live-work studio is for sale in Brooklyn for $7 million. This one's unique. And the Home Alone house is back on the market for the first time in 12 years. Let's do this. In Southern Oregon, we're gonna start with this architectural masterpiece. They're asking just under $10 million for this place. Now this is gonna be one of the bigger houses that we look at today. It's 7,500 square feet, and you can just see from the cover shot, there's a lot going on here. The place is pretty new. It was built in 2022, and it's sitting on 2 acres. And I love going down and looking at the price history on a development project like this. The owner of this property bought it for $290,000 in 2020. How crazy is that? Now, I'm sure they spent a ton of money, millions, to build this place out, but they're probably standing to make a fortune if this sells anywhere close to $10 million. The approach is wild. I guess we have a 3-car garage over here on the left and another garage down here on the right. Just look at the place from this angle. It's like there's a house over here, some other structure in the back, a greenhouse over here. Can you imagine if you live in that house right there? You're just like completely dwarfed by this thing. In the backyard, they've got the water features, the infinity edge, this huge covered area with the outdoor kitchen. The house is kind of all up here on its own too. I don't know if the rest of these areas are going to be developed ever, but if not, that's pretty cool. This place is private. Here's what your views look like if you're hanging out by the pool. The whole compound is gated. That's nice. All right, and finally we're inside. So here's the kitchen and the dining room. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that this was not a spec build. This is someone who built this house for themselves. They filled it up with all this wild artwork and furniture, and then maybe they had a change of heart and now they're selling. Not sure what this room would be used for. A little hangout room, I guess. Here's your office with, of course, more views. Love the countertops. Hate the backsplash, and I'm not sure why they went with blue appliances, but I kind of hate that too, not gonna lie. Ooh, downstairs we got a little like game room, probably a poker table here, a wine room over there. And yeah guys, there's a bunch more bedrooms in this house, some more wild tile and wallpaper in basically every room. My final take on this one is that I love it. I've said it before, I like when people put their own personal spin on homes. I like when people step outside the box and do something different than your typical track home. So cool house, I hope they get their price. We might as well stick to the Oregon theme for another minute. Not sure how I missed this one, but the Penthouse is for sale at the Ritz-Carlton building in Oregon, and this apartment is awesome. They went $9 million for this place. It's not huge. It's only got 3 bedrooms, 3,200 square feet, and it's sitting on, I guess, the 35th floor. Pretty cool looking building. It's the biggest building in this area by far. It's funny, this doesn't even really look like a living room. This looks like a bar, but I think the kitchen's over here on the left, a wet bar over here in front, and then nice high ceilings and views that just go on forever. Yeah, see, so here's a closer look at the kitchen, kind of an awkward shaped island over there. Big patio that looks like it might even be completely enclosed. That's a nice touch, being able to soak in your hot tub on the 35th floor. Anyways, this place has really cool finishes throughout. It's definitely got a Portland vibe to it in my eyes. Amazing views from basically every room in the house. I mean, imagine waking up to this every morning. Nice sized master bathroom. I mean, I've been to Portland. I personally love it. I can't imagine spending $9 million on a penthouse out here, but if that's your taste and you've got the budget for it, this would be a pretty sweet place to live. Okay, this next one's kind of a selfish one for me. We're gonna go to Del Mar, California to look at a mid-century modern house. Some of you guys know mid-century modern is basically my favorite. They were asking $6.5 million for this place, but it just went under contract. Now, a few things to point out. For one, this is a pretty big house for a house that was built back in the 60s. It's almost 6,000 square feet. For 2, it's sitting on 3.18 acres. That is a ton of land. And for 3, if we look at the map, even though this is Del Mar, unfortunately, you're quite a ways from the beach, which to me is a huge factor. If you're gonna spend the money to live in Del Mar, ideally you're over here. But anyways, here's the house. The original architect was a guy named Frederick Liebhardt. I guess he was a Frank Lloyd Wright apprentice. And this is the type of thing that I just love about these mid-century modern houses. You've got a crazy roof line, awesome. Your approach to the front door is kind of like weaving through this jungle, awesome. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to see this place and think that it's very dated looking, and you're right. It's got carpet, it's got a bunch of wood paneling on the walls, built-in shelving, it comes with a sunken living room. I think all this stuff is cool though. The one thing I'd probably get rid of is the carpet. I do hate carpet, probably just because I have allergies, but here's your living room, tons of natural light. There's another seating area looking out to the pool. Master bedroom, not bad, but yeah, that carpet definitely needs to go. Here in the office, at first glance, this just looks like an old dusty office, but you gotta look at these details, like this floor to ceiling glass here. This is not something that many people were doing back in the 1960s. Very funky kitchen. I mean, look at the countertops and look at the floor tile. I can almost guarantee the person who buys this place is going to tear all this out. I guess another critique I'll give it is the popcorn ceilings. I would get rid of that. I'd get rid of the carpet and the popcorn ceilings in this house, and so far that's it. The backyard is a great vibe. I love all the brick around the pool, but check this out. This is actually kind of surprising to me. I just clicked ahead for a second. Originally, there actually wasn't brick, it was concrete, so it'd be cool if the new owner maybe went back to concrete if they were trying to respect the original architecture, but either way, whether you're looking at the brick or the concrete, both are legit. A tech billionaire just picked up a $24 million mansion in LA. Let's check this place out. This is one of those houses where you go to Zillow, and now that it's sold, they already removed all the photos from Zillow, but the property had its own website, so let's check it out. It's located in Brentwood. They've got a bunch of really nice photos on here. It's a 6-bedroom, 7.5 bathroom, 35,000 square foot lot, so almost an acre. Right off the bat, love the finish palette. Very modern, but very neutral. Awesome, great room. Of course, they carry on with the concrete on the floor, the wood on the ceiling. I love this kitchen. In your master, you got your own balcony and fireplace. Now that is a wine room. Next, they gave us a couple of shots of the backyard area, the pool area. I think this is a rooftop patio, I want to say. I don't know why they didn't show this picture earlier on. I feel like this is the best angle of the entire house. The Home Alone house is back on the market, you guys. This is the first time it's hit the market in over a decade, and they want $5.25 million. Look at the first line of the article on this story. When Tim and Trisha Johnson hear the occasional scream outside their Chicago home, they're not alarmed. I guess fans are often stopping by to take pictures or recreate movie scenes. I don't know if that would be really cool or really annoying, but the current owner says it's a lot of fun to see people all excited just to see her house. So this place is located in a town called Winnetka, Illinois, which I guess is a pretty affluent area. It's a 5-bedroom, 6-bathroom, 9,100 square foot house. It's basically a mansion. The article said that these guys did remodel a good bit of this house, but one thing they wanted to keep original was the front, so this is the same front door you saw in the movie. They also kept the staircase original, since that's another kind of iconic scene from the movie. And I love this. Look at this. The first 5 shots of this listing are all just close-up shots of that staircase. It doesn't even look like these guys live here anymore. This all just looks like staging furniture. Definitely not like furniture that you saw in the movie, but this is a good plan, you guys. Anyone who wants to take notes about trying to sell your house, if you're trying to sell a house that you currently live in, it's really a good idea to try to move out of that house and stage it, or at least strip all your personal stuff out of the house before you list it for sale. It just increases the odds of you selling your house faster and for more money. The article didn't say exactly what they remodeled, but I'm gonna guess all the flooring and these built-in cabinets that you see throughout the house and like the kitchen, all of this stuff was probably done by the current owners, and I gotta say, they did a nice job. This definitely matches the era that the house was built and kind of the theme of the architecture. There are so many pictures of this place. When you get to the upstairs photos though, it's starting to feel a little bit familiar again from the movie. Downstairs they have this like game room lounge area. There's a basketball court somewhere in this house. I do not remember that from the movie. And then there's a movie theater in here with, of course, a Home Alone poster. The article said that these guys have their friends and family over to watch Home Alone. Can you imagine watching Home Alone in the Home Alone house? That'd be a pretty cool experience. Now, I don't think we've ever talked about a live-work property for sale here on this series, but this one caught my eye in Brooklyn, and it's a little unique on the outside, but on the inside, I actually kind of love it. They're asking $7 million. It's only a 2-bedroom, but that's not surprising because it is live work. It's huge for a 2-bedroom. It's almost 6,000 square feet. The description tells us that this is one of the most unique offerings in New York City. I believe that. From the outside, this doesn't even look like a house, probably because it never really was meant to be a house. But check it out. When you go inside, it's got this like loft vibe with the concrete floors, the exposed ceilings. Everything about this kitchen and living room feels very industrial. But in a weird way, even though you've got all this natural light and this industrial vibe, it's kind of cozy. When we're flipping through this stuff, like I don't even know exactly what we're looking at. Like where does the work area end and the living area begin? Maybe that's going to become more obvious. You can go upstairs. Let's see where that takes us. We got a bathroom. We got another living area upstairs with some views. Okay, so here's the bedroom upstairs with a bathroom attached to it. It's almost like maybe there's a studio apartment on the second floor, I guess. Okay, now we're into the work side of the property. The article said that this guy's an artist. Obviously, this room is full of art stuff, but you could probably use this space for anything you want. I guess that all is going to depend on the zoning. I don't know. If you've got $7 million to play with and you want to run your business out of where you work and you live in Brooklyn, wouldn't be a bad place to set up shop. That's a wrap for this week's episode, you guys. But before we finish up here today, what I wanted to do is just give you guys a little background on me, since I'm always sitting here yapping about all these listings we talk about, but I've never really told you guys all that much about myself. So my name's Scott. I am basically a real estate nut who lives out here in Scottsdale, Arizona. I've been in the real estate industry my entire adult life. Right out of high school, I got my real estate license. I spent 15 years as a mortgage banker, and I've spent the past about 13 years or so as a real estate developer. I flip houses, I build houses, I buy and sell rental properties, all of that. And these videos turn out to be pretty productive because a lot of these houses that we're looking at, like we did in today's video, I'm using these houses as inspiration and as kind of like learning opportunities for my own personal projects that I'm doing out here in Scottsdale. So yeah, that's a little bit more about me. If you guys have any questions for me, or if you have any specific topics that you'd like to see me cover here on the channel in the future, let me know down in the comments before you go. I'll see you guys next time.